Starting temperature 29.4 degrees, 29.4. And the starting mileage is 49657, 49657. Hey YouTube, it's gentlemansnine. What is today? Thursday morning. Kind of looks like this might be my last ride for a little bit, because the temperatures are really warming up here. I mean, it warmed up before the last couple days. Wait for me. But yep. Now, I was hoping to do a long run this weekend, since Jenny's not home, which means I have the weekend all to myself. And normally I would consider doing a big long run. Looks like Sundays there's a chance of snow, so we ain't doing it that day. And Saturday it looks like it might be like 41. I think a low of 32, high of 41. And when I looked at the Weather Underground thing, I'd have to leave at 3 a.m. to get that starting temperature of 32, and then of course warming up by 41. I know that generates a bunch of controversy, so I don't even know if I'll do a run this weekend. So I was thinking that, and then of course this morning I look, and then Dr. Dual Sport's got a 188-mile run, and I'm sure that's not even halfway towards his total run, because he had cut it off early. So who knows? Looks like we got Richard M. who's gonna take it on points, and who knows? Looks like Dr. Dual Sport's gonna take it on miles. Looks like gentlemansnine ain't gonna win anything this year. Who knows? Not that it's a competition, I'm just saying. Yeah, so Navy Thomas 8 posted a video a couple days ago. So this is the one where in California there was some girls basketball team that basically decimated their opponents. And the question is, the winning coach, his 2-game suspension, was that fair or was it not? Well, here's my opinion. So first off, normally, I guess when I'm playing a sport or a game or whatever, I'm about sportsmanship. So if it was just me and I was cremating somebody, 100 to 2 or whatever, 139 to 2 or whatever that score was, I think much earlier in that game I probably would have laid off a little bit. But my goal is still to win. So the goal of winning is still there, and the goal would also be to not completely humiliate the other person so that they never play sports again. So it's a little different now in a team sport situation. So that coach had put in the reserves or whatever, and the reserves are still scoring tons of points. So here to me is where there's a couple of points of failure or success, if you want to call it that. So if I was on that winning team as a player, at some point my subconscious would have got to me and said, look, the other team has only scored 1 point in the first half or whatever. Maybe we should lay off. So being a pragmatist or a person that wants to bring in consensus, my point would be to raise you don't even have a turn signal on, dude. Oh. Is to raise that point of issue, that contention. If everybody else thinks, hey, yeah, we should lay off a little bit, give them a chance, or not humiliate them so bad, then for me then my point was raised. Everybody else agrees we should probably lay off a little bit. However, if everybody else thinks that you should keep putting on the full court press, and the coach thinks that, I don't see how they could possibly be wrong. Everybody agreed, and everybody knows, well, at least they should have known the consequences, that this other team would be humiliated. But they made everybody made, or at least there was a majority vote of what the decision should be. Does it suck that maybe, in my opinion, they chose the wrong one? Yes. But that was the group's decision. So, not that I'm necessarily always wanting to play like a lemming or something and jump off the cliff with everybody else. And I could have said, hey, I broke my ankle, I ain't going in, or whatever. But there's more than, excuse me, if people think that's a lack of sportsmanship, then you can't just blame one person. You got to blame everybody. Now I understand that that the players are just going to do what the coach says, but you don't have to. It's a choice. Anyways, I don't even know if what I'm saying makes sense, because either way it kind of sounds controversial either way. Meh. But that's kind of what I was thinking. I don't really I know in today's age, or at least especially here near the Chicago area, everybody, I don't know if it's like the parents must be living their current lives through their children, because parents nowadays seem to do a lot of stuff for their kids. Just the other day, I was listening to one of my coworkers talking on the phone, on his work phone, and he's talking about trigonometry and math and all this other stuff. What he was doing was he was helping his kid do her math homework. So there's one thing about like giving ideas and suggestions. There's another one where I think it was basically just giving the answers. What's the numbers? Write this down. Write this. This is what it is. And I'm like, the kid ain't gonna learn. All the kid's gonna learn is what resource to call upon to do the work or answer questions for them. But anyways, a lot of kids, or a lot of parents nowadays, are sending their kids to like all these different sports camps and all this other stuff, and all they talk about is how awesome their kid is, and that's great. But man, some of these situations, it almost sounds like the kid doesn't even have a choice in the matter. It just, I don't know. Can a kid just be a kid? If the kid wants to play a sport and do it really well, then that's great. And I don't know the situation, but if the parents are forcing it, then that doesn't sound fun. Yeah, I have another coworker who sends his kid to ice skating or figure skating or whatever, and tennis. And he basically says that he pretty much forces the kid to go because it's, good training and good physical and mental, and I don't know, he's making up all these reasons, which they're probably true or not, I don't know. But it doesn't sound like the kid has a choice. Excuse me. And the kid's entire summer, when you're not in school, he's basically full-time doing like 2 different sports camps at the same time. So that's just crazy to me. It's crazy to me. Not to say that it's not worth it or he doesn't like it, but at the same time, you're only a kid for so long. Excuse me. And once you get older, you can't really go back in time to be a kid again. All you can really do is live your life as a kid through your own kids, which I think is what's happening today. Alright, I guess I'm done rambling and ranting for today. I won't even get a ride home tonight. I don't think. It'll be like 35 or 36. That's gonna suck. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Mileage 49698, 49698.